Right now on Vegas Revealed, a blast from the past now making a popular comeback where you can still find coin slots and cheap eats on the Strip.
And some popular out-of-state restaurants have opened up right here in Vegas, but what makes Junior's and Whataburger so in demand?
A talk show takeover on the Strip. We're at the Fontainebleau with Kelly and Mark, but will they ever want to leave?
Well, I just heard today on the show was announced we have a residency here at the Bleau Live Theater. Start that rumor and maybe it'll come true.
Plus, our new interview with the creative director responsible for iconic moments from Celine Dion and Bryan.
That and more right now on Vegas Revealed.
Vegas Revealed, presented by Level Up Law, starts now.
Welcome to Vegas Revealed on TV. I'm Sean McAllister, along with Dayna Roselli, and we've got a lot to get to today, Dayna.
I know, and I love that this first block right here, we're going to talk about some things that are a little more affordable because, you know, everyone's talking inflation, everything's so expensive. So we went on the hunt to find a few things that are not only new, but also pretty affordable.
Yeah, very friendly to the pocketbook. So those things are out there. You just have to watch Vegas Revealed to find out what they are. That is still to come this half hour. But Dayna, one thing that I saw recently that I thought was really interesting was a big breakdown of revenue on the Strip for 2023. And what these numbers showed is that about 74% of revenue comes from non-gaming amenities, which I was like, I knew that gaming isn't what it used to be, but I was kind of blown away by that almost 74%.
I know. And it seems like for years and years, you know, it's like we've been talking about this, how, you know, we have more entertainment options. People want to come here and do other things besides gamble. And it's interesting to see once you compile all the numbers through the years of that it really is showing that, yes, people are gambling, but they're also spending a bulk of their money on other things.
Yeah, Mark Meltzer is a journalist here in Las Vegas who covers gaming. He has for years. He just put out an article on playusa.com. This is a website that specializes in gaming news. But Mark went through a report by the Nevada Gaming Control Board that was 179 pages long.
Wow.
It's an abstract that they
I'm glad he looked through it and we didn't have to.
I mean, that's a lot of data to sift through. But he breaks it down in this article and reveals that 73.6% of Strip revenue did come from non-gaming amenities. And so how that breaks down is that hotel rooms were essentially a third of all revenue on the Strip. Food comes in at 17.8%. Beverage at 7.9%, and other, which I take that to mean like entertainment, all that kind of thing, 14.6%. Just a really interesting look at where people are spending money when they come here for a Las Vegas visit.
All right, let's talk affordability. Slots of Fun has been reimagined over at Circus Circus, 85 coin slot machines. And then, Sean, $2 hot dogs, $2 shrimp cocktails, and $2 beers.
I mean, you can't beat that. A
No.
$2 shrimp cocktail, are you kidding me?
I know. It's a throwback, but you know what? It's needed. I love that we have this option on the Strip.
Yeah, and we stopped over at Slots of Fun to check out this throwback vibe.
Slots of Fun is 100% coin-operated games now. We brought back the nostalgia that old Vegas had. So we have 85 games that are all 100% coin games there now. Not only do you have the coin games, but you have $2 draft beers, $2 hot dogs, $2 shrimp cocktail, $2 popcorn. We also just rolled out our $5 table games too, because it's just such a great place to be now. The one thing that everybody says is it's fun. Gambling now over there is fun. Even if we walk out losing, we're having fun doing it. So, you know, that's really what that building's there for. It's there to bring back nostalgia, and it's there to give people a place to go play, to have a good time and do something different.
So much fun. A little bit later, we're going to tell you about the new SpongeBob ride at Circus Circus as well. Something else new there.
Well, we're excited about this, and so are a lot of other people. There are two very well-known restaurants from out of state that have come here to Las Vegas to set up shop for the very first time.
I know. Listen, my friends from Texas, and I have a lot of them, have been talking about Whataburger forever. You got to try it. It's the best, blah, blah, blah. Well, now we have one on the Las Vegas Strip, and I know so many people are excited about this, and I know that because my friend Melissa went there, and she said she waited in line for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, there has been, to say that there's demand is an understatement.
Yes. We haven't actually tried it yet. So she went. I said, you try it out and you tell us how it is. And she brought her two kids. And listen, she said they all got burgers, fries. The portions were big drinks. And it came to about $50 for all three. But she said they were stuffed after.
And one thing that I have been continually talking about, Dayna, you know this, because when we're sitting in the office doing work, I've brought it up several times that Whataburger is one of the healthiest fast food options. Gambling.com did some really hard-hitting journalism and compared the burgers at several fast food chains. Each burger was analyzed by the amount of sugar, fat, salt, calorie content, and Whataburger came out on top. Whataburger with cheese scored an 8.4 on this ranking scale. And that was followed by In-N-Out and Checkers and Rallies.
Okay.
So those were the top three according to gambling.com.
Yeah. So if you want to feel better about yourself going to Whataburger, we just gave you a reason, right?
Exactly.
Hey, it's open 365 days a year. How about that? And 24 hours a day on the Las Vegas Strip. So that is pretty cool. I love it. So welcome Whataburger to Las Vegas. We're happy to have you.
This might not mean a lot to some people, but to this guy, this means a lot.
That's Alan Rosen, the third-generation owner of Brooklyn's own Junior's Cheesecake, which is now open here in Las Vegas.
And he is thrilled. He is so happy to have one of his restaurants here in Las Vegas. He said, any excuse to get me here, Viva Las Vegas. I love it. We had a blast chatting with him. And, you know, it's interesting because it's the first West Coast location. And so this is really a big deal. And this isn't just cheesecake. It's open for breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night, full bar, the whole nine.
It's like the ultimate diner experience, except with really, 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 really good cheesecake at the end.
Yes. And food, too. The chicken fingers were the best I've ever had.
They were.
The chicken inside was just like fresh and juicy, and I loved those chicken fingers.
And I'm a sucker for a Reuben.
Yeah.
And their Reuben sandwich is top notch too.
Yeah. So they offer a full menu and they're open over there at Resorts World, just off the casino floor. I think it's going to be so popular. I mean, they are known for their cheesecake. It was so funny because we were sitting there and all of a sudden, you know, it kind of emptied out a little bit, the private event that we were at. And all of a sudden, Alan walks by and he's dragging a ring light and we're like, what is he going to do? Go live on QVC? And there he was.
Sure enough.
Going live on QVC. He put his, ear pods in and sold thousands of cheesecakes. He knows what he's doing.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
And we put this on social media, that Junior's had opened. And so many people have responded that they are so happy we have one in Las Vegas now. So welcome. They opened way back in 1950 in Brooklyn. It's really good. And we mentioned recently on one of our shows, they're doing 20% off for locals with Nevada ID if you go Sunday through Thursday, and Junior's was on the list. So keep that in mind. That special runs through May.
And also keep in mind, there's that giant case with slices of cheesecake to go. With cookies, too.
I had the cookie.
They have everything.
I had the chocolate chunk cookie. It was delicious. Well, how fast did I finish that?
I mean,
by the
it
time
was pretty quick.
By the time we got to the car, I walked out with it and ate it the entire walk to the parking garage and up the elevator, and it was gone.
So it's got Roselli's stamp of approval.
When a national morning talk show comes to the Strip, just how big of a production is it?
Try to dot your I's and cross your T's and hope that nothing goes wrong.
That's next on Vegas Revealed.
If you've experienced a slip and fall, were injured in a place of business or on a construction site, call Level Up Law. Do you have a wrongful death case or been in a motor vehicle accident, even harmed in a rideshare? Our team specializes in personal injury cases. Call Level Up Law now at 855-LEVEL-UP. Elevate your case with Level Up Law. We've got your back. Call 855-LEVEL-UP. Your journey to justice starts here. Level Up Law. Justice at your fingertips.
Welcome back to Vegas Revealed. Recently, we went to the Fontainebleau Las Vegas to watch a taping of Live with Kelly and Mark. They took their show on the road, brought it here to Las Vegas, and recorded 4 episodes.
Yeah, and what a fun time that was.
It was.
The entire Bleau Live Theater over at Fontainebleau was packed with fans of the show, Las Vegas locals, people who traveled into town and found out that the show was being taped. And the energy inside there, the taping started in the morning, but it was a super lively, exciting atmosphere.
Yeah, we had a blast. I mean, Kelly and Mark. So Kelly and Mark are married. They actually got married and eloped here in Las Vegas. So that was kind of part of their story too. And I know they went and revisited that chapel in one of the segments they did for one of their shows. So Kelly Ripa, Mark Consuelos. And the thing is obviously a lot of people know the show. It all started with Regis, right? Regis Philbin, and it was Regis and Kelly. And Regis decided to retire. He later passed. Then Kelly kind of moved around with different co-hosts and tried out a bunch of people. Then it was Kelly and Michael. Then it was Kelly and Ryan. Now it's Kelly and Mark. And they're just like, you know what? We're married. Let's just go to work together.
I mean, it works out perfectly for them.
Yeah.
And they're so well suited to co-host that show together. Executive producer Michael Gelman has been with the show since literally the very beginning.
He was an intern, I was reading.
I mean, it's insane.
It's insane. He holds a Guinness World Record.
As he should.
For the longest running morning show executive producer or producer of a show. Unreal. And we thought, it was so fun because through the years, you always would hear, Regis Gelman. He was such a part of the show. And even when we went to the taping, we noticed that Kelly, interacts a lot with Gelman as well. And he is such a part of this show. And we thought, let's go chat with him. And we were impressed by the stage. We thought, this is so Vegas. What a good job. So we talked to him a little bit about that.
What does it take to put on a production of this caliber, essentially on the other side of the country?
There's just so many things that can go wrong, so you just try to dot your I's and cross your T's and hope that nothing goes wrong.
I was just going to ask, what's your take on Vegas? What do you think when you visit? Because I know you're a New York City guy.
Well, I'm a New York City guy, but I love Vegas. I mean, the food, and I'm a foodie, and the restaurants in this hotel and all over the place are so good. So the food is great. And I also love a show, and I love a spectacular. And there's nothing as spectacular as some of these Vegas shows. It's always fun, and there's so much talent. It's such a mecca of showbiz and entertainment that we love coming here. So hopefully we'll be back soon.
And during the show taping that we were there for, Kelly and Mark said, you know what? We're not going back to New York. We're announcing our own Vegas residency. So we asked Gelman about that, and he was like, well, that's the rumor.
Yeah. Keep it going and maybe it'll happen. But, everyone always loves visiting Las Vegas. And we love when, people come here and put us in that national spotlight. And so it was awesome. Love to see people visiting the Fontainebleau and utilizing that brand new theater for something. So good time had by all.
How did Celine Dion influence Luke Bryan's recent Las Vegas residency? We find out from creative director Bryan Burke.
We'll save it for the next one. Like no idea goes wasted.
Our conversation is next on Vegas Revealed.
When storms wreak havoc on your property, don't face the aftermath alone. Level Up Law is your ally in natural disaster recovery. Whether it's property damage, wind resulting in downed trees, wildfires, or water damage, our experienced team will help you. Call 855-LEVEL-UP for a free consultation. Call Level Up Law now. 855-LEVEL-UP and take the first step toward rebuilding your life. Level Up Law. Justice at your fingertips. Call today.
Over the past 20 years here in Las Vegas, we've seen a lot of changes to the entertainment scene. And one of the creative minds who has kind of guided those changes is named Bryan Burke.
Yeah, and he's worked with everyone from Celine Dion to Lionel Richie, Luke Bryan. He's worked on shows like American Idol and America's Got Talent.
Yeah, and we sat down with Bryan Burke over at the AGT Live Theater at the Luxor to talk about the past of Las Vegas entertainment, but also what's next.
I essentially take performances, tours, stage shows, and design and conceive the creative vision behind the show or the performance, coach the performers or the artists, or design the staging. I design every visual, everything that you see in a performance. That's what I do.
Tell us about one of your most recent productions that you've done that you're really proud of.
I think I'm really proud of Formula One opening ceremonies as a start, because it really encompassed the last 20 years of my career and my time here in Las Vegas. And it was the most challenging because it involved everybody in the city, every department, every community, everything. So to be able to honor entertainment in Las Vegas in that way and welcome Formula One into the city was a real honor, but an extreme challenge. I love working with all the budgets.
Bring on all the budgets.
Well, bring on all the budgets, but do you know what it is with that? It's that if the performance and the performer and the entertainment is good, the quality is really good and people feel that they get the experience. You know, the technology works only if it's really working with the performer. You can sit in a room and watch technology all you want, but if the human performance isn't there, I think the key to every show is what the human beings are doing, whether it's singing, whatever it is, and surprising people. And so you can build the show around that and build the budget around that. And I think that that's what people come to see.
Are there things that have been floating around in your head that you've not been able to work into a production yet, that you're just like, oh, I'm waiting for the right opportunity?
You should see the cover of my laptop. The folders on my laptop are indefinite of ideas that keep going. Well, because at every show you have to put something by the wayside, right? You know, I mean, it was always a dream to get, ever since we were at the first Coliseum, to get somebody up into the rafters, and then we found the right artist and the right idea to be able to bring Luke and give everybody a front row. You know, that's just like one example.
Yeah, the bridge that he had that went up to the balcony. I mean, that made that tier so happy.
Yeah. And that idea came from working at the Coliseum all those years ago?
Years ago, it was like, how do we get, we originally had Celine flying in the very, very beginning, and then, and then we didn't, but I hate to say back in those days, because it's like, but back in those days, there just, it just wasn't there wasn't that opportunity there to be able to bring somebody to a front row back that far in the room back then. The dream was always there, but the technology has to fit, and the money and the budget and the artist and the person, and it all has to sort of come together. So yes, I always keep a bank of ideas on my top going, okay, well, if we don't do it for that, then we'll save it for the next one. Like, no idea goes wasted. Another thing that I really love is taking venues that have been in town for a really long time and reinventing how they're used. I love that there are success stories, and I think that's one thing that Simon Cowell always says is people used to want recording contracts, and now they want a special custom show in Las Vegas. They want a residency. They want that because you can feature any kind of talent. So I really believe there's a trend in sports and entertainment coming in together, which when I moved here, or we moved here, everybody said sports and entertainment would never work together. So that was a personal achievement to say, yes, it can. But I think that the trend is continuing to be entertainment that people can't see anywhere else in the world.
I love collaborations. We have all sorts of ideas of, like, if this person collaborated with this person for a Vegas show, it would be incredible. But I know everyone wants their
Another
own
folder
show.
on my desk.
Okay, let's open that folder up.
Let's open the folder up. Like, come and see the fusion of people performing together.
Thank you. It's good to see the face behind the shows, right? There it is.
Always in the shadows, yes.
I would love to see inside those folders.
I know. He did talk about some of it, but I can only imagine. But when, part of your title is creative, that mind's always working.
Well, he lives in a pineapple under the sea.
SpongeBob Squarepants also now calls the Las Vegas desert home. We'll explain next on Vegas Revealed.
The Vegas Revealed podcast is now on TV. Join Dayna, Roselli, and Sean McAllister on Vegas Revealed, presented by Level Up Law. Weekends on Fox 5.
Welcome back to Vegas Revealed. Well, we live in the desert. It's one of the driest places ever. Moisturizer is key, and we love our swimming pools in the summer.
Yeah, there's a reason that there's the saying, it's a desert out there.
Yes.
Yes, it sure is.
It's a dry heat.
Well, thanks to a new attraction, you can take a trip to a pineapple under the sea anytime you want now.
All right. Well, there's a new SpongeBob ride that opened over at Circus Circus.
It's the very first time we've done anything like this with SpongeBob. So he's inspired apparel and home decor. He's got his own Tony Award-winning Broadway show. But this is the first time that we've put SpongeBob into a dark ride or an interactive ride like this, and we could not be more thrilled.
I'm on SpongeBob's Crazy Carnival ride. Dayna's down here in front. We're ready to play and win.
I mean, this ride is so fun. It's essentially we're putting guests into the story. They get thrown into the crazy world of Bikini Bottom, and it's part ride, part game, and all SpongeBob. I think the guest experience has really landed for us.
We just finished the ride, and Dayna beat me.
Hey, yo! Winner, winner! I think that I was really good. The key is you got to start shooting right away.
SpongeBob and crew, welcome to the Las Vegas Strip.
Welcome. Hope you brought your moisturizer. Hey, coming up next week on Vegas Revealed, we're going to talk March Madness. It's that time of year, and it is a huge part of Las Vegas.
I am so looking forward to the college basketball tournament. It's one of my favorite times of year, and I know that visitors always flock to Las Vegas for the tournament as well. We're going to be looking at some viewing locations, not only on the Strip, but off the Strip, that you might want to consider as all of that hardwood action heats up.
Yeah, and we've got some good choices for you. I was at Commons recently, and I really loved it. I want to do a segment on that coming up soon, but we are going to travel there. A new place is opening for sports viewing there, too, so we'll let you know what that's all about.
Also, a venue on the Las Vegas Strip is reopening for the first time in a while.
Yep.
So we'll be sure to take you inside of that viewing experience as well.
All that and more coming up next week on Vegas Revealed.
And we will see you back with more entertainment news, interviews, and insider tips next weekend on Vegas Revealed right here on Fox 5.